Hi, Mystery Reviews here. Today I'm going to show a war and action film called Sniper, The White Revan. The movie starts with Mykola Voronenko, a mathematician, physicist, and ecologist, saying bye to his pregnant wife, Nastia, as he leaves for work on a bicycle. They live in a quiet place in Ukraine's Donbass region, a 2-hectare land. They are known as the first eco-friendly settlers in the area. Mykola parks his bike and goes to the school where he teaches. Inside, he sees from the news that special forces killed 100 protesters in Kiev, Ukraine's capital city. He also finds out that their president ran away to Russia as Russia is close to invading Ukraine. While teaching physics, Mykola tries his best to share his knowledge and educate his students. One student named Ivan shows no interest in learning. Instead, he keeps bothering the teacher every chance he gets. When the class finishes, Ivan goes up to the teacher and tells him to leave because he's a stranger there. Another day, Mykola sees men with guns near his land while riding his bike to work. He doesn't worry about it and goes to work. When he gets to the school, he's surprised to find it empty and realizes he's the only teacher there. He sees on the news that there's chaos because Russian forces are invading nearby areas. He hurries back home on his bike. His wife is alone, and he's worried about the armed men he saw. Unfortunately, he sees his wife being beaten from far away. After trying to help, he gets hit with the back of a gun. He pleads for mercy since his wife is pregnant, but they ignore him. A Russian soldier goes into their house and sets it on fire. As the Russians are leaving, Nastia tries to fight back, but is shot and killed in front of Mykola. Shortly after, 2 members of the Ukrainian militia help Mykola bury his wife while he salvages a wooden crucifix she made for him from their burned home. Mykola lays his wife to rest with a heavy heart and then decides to accompany the Ukrainians, unsure of what lies ahead. He joins the Ukrainian militia as they head to their camp. The leader doesn't trust him because he might be a spy. He says he wants to join them and kick the Russians out of their country. They let him train with them, but he doesn't know much about guns because he doesn't like violence. A woman teaches him how to take apart and put together a gun. He's committed to learning. One night during training, Mykola tells his officer that he's not a pacifist anymore. He also wants to be called the Raven. He's reminded that he has to earn his code name. The training is new and tough for him, but he is determined to learn everything he needs to take revenge. Trainees are told that there aren't enough snipers at the front. When asked who wants to volunteer for training, only a few show interest. Mykola stands up and says he wants to take on the challenge. The officer tells him to sit down because he can't even assemble a gun quickly. Mykola asks for a chance to prove himself. He assures the officer he can do it in 20 seconds. An AK-47 is placed on the table by the officer. To everyone's surprise, Mykola blindfolds himself and starts to take the gun apart. He then puts the parts together smoothly. The time is just 18 seconds. Instead of laughing, he receives applause this time. Mykola is now accepted for sniper training. During training, Mykola is surprised to be given a different gun than the other trainees. He doesn't want to leave because he thinks it's unfair not to have the same weapon. He insists on getting an SVD-63, a semi-automatic designated marksman rifle, like the others. The personnel in charge are not happy about this. Mykola has no choice but to accept what he has. The trainees are instructed to stay hidden at all times. As part of the test, the trainer shoots close to them. If they react, they will fail. Most trainees fail the test. Mykola doesn't react to the loud noise and danger during training. Another task is to cover their area once the target is seen. Mykola doesn't hit the target. Even though he knows his weapon isn't the best, Mykola doesn't use it as an excuse. During computation training, Mykola impresses the lieutenant colonel by calculating faster than the others. His skills as a mathematician are helpful. Mykola passes the sniper's training. One day, the lieutenant colonel tells Mykola to pack his things. He's part of the team sent to a checkpoint captured by the Russians. The team secures their position quickly. Each sniper has their own target. As they prepare to act, a car approaches the checkpoint. The lieutenant colonel stops them from shooting. The man and woman in the car are asked to step out and show their passports. After being cleared, they are allowed to leave, but the man's passport is taken. The man demands his passport back, but the Russian who took it refuses to return it. This leads to a disturbance. The woman is hit, and the man is shot. The commander gives the order to shoot. All the Russians are then killed. The commander praises the team for their first successful mission. When they return to their base, Mikola looks for his friends and fellow trainees. He's told that they are on a different mission. Later, he learns that one of them is brutally killed. One day, the team is sent on another mission. Explosives are set up, and the trigger is hidden with a leaf. As the Russians approach, Mikola is surprised to see his former student among them. Ivan, the student who always picked on him. All the Russians die when the bombs go off, including Ivan. The lieutenant colonel tells Mikola not to feel too bad because Ivan chose his path. While taking a break, the lieutenant colonel picks up a photo of his family. Mikola asks if he can see it. The officer tells him that his two daughters are unaware of his job. He and his wife agreed to keep his job a secret from them. All they know is that he's on a business trip. The lieutenant colonel notices the crucifix he's been carrying. He asks if it's a good luck charm. Mikola tells him it symbolizes family to him. Ukrainian forces secure the trenches near the border while the snipers get ready that it's only a matter of time before Russian forces pass through. Meanwhile, the Russians are getting ready to take over the area. Mikola spots the man who killed his wife through his scope. He requests the lieutenant colonel's permission to shoot. He receives the command to stand down. Mikola asks for permission again because he has a great shot, but he is too eager to act at this point. Even though the request is denied, Mikola can't afford to miss this chance. He pulls the trigger and hits the Russian in the neck. The Russian is dead. The officer is disappointed that his order was ignored. Unbeknownst to them, a Russian elite sniper named Siri is also in a position to locate them. The lieutenant colonel spots Siri. He informs Mikola of the sniper's location, but the Russian reacts too quickly. The officer is then killed. Mikola now understands that their location is compromised. He puts the officer's dead body on his back as he faces the Russian attack. He finds a trench and takes cover for safety. He makes it out alive, but the officer isn't so lucky. He feels a lot of guilt for the officer's death. The officer always believed in him and gave him the chance to serve. His feelings took over, and he went for the kill even though he was told not to. He has to find the sniper who killed the officer to get justice. Mikola goes on a mission alone. He sees two snipers and can take them out, but he gets hit in the arm. While resting, Mikola gets a call from the brigadier general. He tells him about the Russian sniper but can't give details yet. The brigadier general wants to talk in person. Mikola packs up and heads to the location. This is his chance to learn more about the Russian sniper. The general tells his troops what the Russian sniper can do. He's already taken out 5 of their snipers and 3 machine gunners. He's a powerful foe. They think they know where he likes to set up based on his kills. He doesn't move. One Ukrainian soldier suggests laying mines, but the officer disagrees. He has Mikola explain why they can't do that since he's from the area. Mikola explains there's chlorine storage where the sniper is, and using explosives can cause environmental issues. All the snipers are given their tasks. The officer makes it clear that once the secondary targets are eliminated, he wants Mikola to go up the building and take out the Russian sniper. Then they're let go. All snipers are ready to attack from their positions. Mikola confirms that he's now in place after crawling toward the target area. He sneaks up behind 2 Russians and quickly takes them out. One of them was the same person who came to his location. The other snipers aim and wait for the signal to go. They coordinate and take out their targets at the same time. Siri notices that his lookouts aren't reporting back. He leaves his post to check outside. Another Russian sniper also leaves to check on their communication issue. Unaware, they don't realize Mikola is closing in, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Siri looks at one of the snipers outside. The sniper still seems to be in position. He's shocked to see that the sniper has been shot and is dead. He calls for help. He's told to wait for 10 minutes for the team to arrive. Siri goes back to his position and looks through his scope again. He sees a wooden cross nearby. Before he can do anything, Mikola jumps on his back and stabs him in the neck. The other sniper goes back to his post. When he does, a grenade explodes, and he is also killed. The movie ends with the backup arriving that Siri was waiting for. A Russian officer calls Siri on the radio. Mikola answers the call and tells him that they will pay for what they did to Crimea, another place that the Russians invaded. Mikola then kills him. Russian soldiers come out of the trucks. but they can't beat the Ukrainian snipers, who are in good positions to finish them. After the smoke clears, Mykola goes back to his place and visits his wife's grave. Although he has fulfilled his mission to avenge her death, the job isn't finished yet. The end. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe for more videos like this.